All right, we're back to another edition of ACF411, the official podcast of the Allen County Fair. And I'm Russ Decker, your host. And we've got three ladies, young ladies, joining us here in the podcast parlor. And if you've never been to the podcast parlor at the Allen County Fair, easy to find. We're on the north end of the dairy barn in the old milking parlor. So that's why we call it the podcast parlor. And we even have a cow here, and she watches all of our interviews and make sure we do these right. So I'm going to ask each one of you to take a second, introduce yourself, and tell us where you go to school and what projects you have this year at the fair.
I'm Ryleigh Roberson. I go to Allen East, and I show pigs at the fair.
And are you in the FFA there?
I am.
Okay, very good.
I'm Harper Corbet. I also go to Allen East, and this year I'm showing chickens and rabbits and goats, and then I also did a special interest project.
Okay, and we're going to come back to that, to the special projects in a second, yeah.
I'm Sydney Rostorfer. I go to Delphos St. John's, and I show canine and special interest.
All right, and are you at FFA in Delphos?
Yes.
Okay. So and yours, so we've got three FFAers, right? And a lot of different project categories represented today. So let's start with the pigs, because that's going to be tough, right?
Okay.
So tell me about your pig.
I have two pigs, and I have two crossbreds, and one of them is a calico, so it's red, black, and white, and it's a barrow. And
Okay.
then my other one is a blue butt, so it's like white and like a grayish blue color, and it's a gilt.
And I only asked this because one of our other guests brought this up one time. Have you ever tried to ride your pigs?
No, I have not.
You haven't tried to do that?
No.
No. So it was last year's Fair King when I asked him his most embarrassing moment ever, and he told me he was sitting on his hog backwards, and it took off with him on the back, and he realized he hadn't shut the gate.
Oh, yeah.
So that would be fun.
My sister has done that before, I think.
She has.
Yeah.
And that's why you didn't do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So when do the pigs compete?
We did today, so it's usually on the Monday and the Tuesday of the fair.
And how'd you do?
I did okay. It's different every year. You never really know.
Yeah. All right. But you're having fun, right?
Yeah.
Are any of you on the junior fair board as well?
We all three are.
You all three are.
Yeah.
So you guys, I mean, all due respect to the senior fair board, but you guys really run this place, right?
We do a lot.
Yeah, okay.
We do a lot.
So sitting next to you, we have rabbits, chickens. What did I miss?
Goats.
Goats?
And I did special interest project this year.
All right. So rabbits, chickens. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So you got to go in the ring like 3 times?
Yep. I had a show Saturday, Sunday, and today.
Wow.
And I have one on Wednesday, too.
Which is the easiest project of the 3?
I'd have to say probably chickens.
And how long?
Chickens.
So how much? So like with a swine, it's like a year-long project about, isn't it?
Half a year.
Okay, so 6 months. How about the chickens? How long is that?
You only have them for a few months, really. They grow pretty fast, so.
And rabbits?
All the same. You don't have them for that long.
Goats longer, I assume?
Yeah.
Goats a little stubborn?
Yeah, you could say that.
And that's why they talk about stubborn goats, right? So what have you ever wanted your goat to do that he wouldn't do or she wouldn't do?
Well, today they were having a little trouble bracing, but it's okay. We got over it.
So what is that?
Setting them up for the judge to look at, just trying to make them look their best.
So that's when like their legs are supposed to be at the same spots and
Yep.
all of those kinds of things. Because we have a lot of people who listen to podcasts and they're like, I don't understand what you guys are talking about.
Well, I didn't a lot either because this is my first year doing goats, so I was learning a lot.
All right. So rabbits, I think, seem cool, right? I mean,
Yeah.
rabbits just like they're eating, I don't know what they eat, carrots? Yeah, What do rabbits eat?
They have pellets. Not so much carrots, but just, yeah.
Yeah?
Looks like your regular feed.
And can you actually train a rabbit to do anything? I mean, can you make it stand or does it?
Yeah, I'm sure you could. I haven't, done any, tricks, but, you can train it to, sit a certain way for depending on your rabbit.
Because a goat, could you I assume like kind of like a swine project, you can sort of get them to understand they're going to follow your lead or something like
Yeah.
that. And I mean, I know they don't want to, but they will do it, right? And I would assume a goat's similar to that. But rabbits and chickens, probably you don't teach them anything.
Yeah, no, not really.
So how are they judged? How do you know that this chicken is better than that chicken?
Again, they feel them, like when you flip them upside down. If you've ever been to a chicken show, you flip them upside down, or hold them by their legs, and the judge feels their breasts and.
So
what
you
they're
hold the
looking for.
chicken upside down.
Yep, by their legs.
And do they like that?
Usually not, but if you do it slow enough and like not flinging them around, they usually don't freak out too bad.
And you learned that?
Yep.
Because did you fling them around first?
I've watched people do it.
Okay. All right.
People sometimes lose a few chickens, so.
All right. And I forgot, what's your project?
Canine and special interest.
Canines? Dogs?
Yes.
Something I understand. Okay. So now the dogs aren't out here all the time, are they?
No.
So when do you show dogs? When do the dogs?
First Saturday.
So we already missed it, right?
Yeah.
How'd you do?
I did okay. I placed in 2 of my events.
And unlike these guys, you're not going to go in and get a payday, are you?
No.
Well, that kind of stinks. Don't you think people should get a payday?
We get a little bit, but it's not quite as much as like anything else.
All right. Okay. So, yeah, sometimes it doesn't seem like it's really equitable sometimes. I was talking to the king the other day, King Sheldon, right? And I asked him why he didn't get a crown, and the queen gets a crown, and he's like, he didn't know. So, but it's like you don't get a payday, so there we go. Whose project is the most fun? Because you guys know each other. I can tell your girlfriends. So whose project is the most fun?
I think Ryleigh's is hogs. Yeah.
Why?
I think it's fun because, I don't know, you put a lot of work in it. It does take a lot of work, but like it really does pay off. And I mean, pigs are just fun. I don't know.
Are you going to do a pig again next year?
Yeah, I think next year's gonna be my last year.
Next year's your last year?
Yep.
So are you a senior going into your senior year?
Yes.
Okay. Are you all back next year? Are you going to do same projects or are you going to like do something different?
I think I'll probably do the same projects.
A lot of projects in your case, right?
I'm doing different projects too.
What are you going to do different?
I'm doing hogs next year too.
You are?
Yeah.
All right. And you're from Delphus, right?
Yes.
So Troy Elwer can set you up with a hog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's like the hog guy.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. I do want to talk about the special interest project because they don't get a lot of publicity. And you've got a special interest, correct? So tell us about your special interest project.
This year I did a sewing project, so I sewed a top, and yeah, it's pretty fun.
So you were doing a sewing project. For people that don't understand special interest projects at the fair, I mean, it's the whole building of projects up on the north end. What are some of the other categories that people might be surprised that you can, in 4-H you can do rockets, right?
Yeah, there's tons. There's one that I did for a while. I don't do it anymore, but I did sharpshooters, where you can shoot all kinds of guns. There's insects, exploring outdoors. There's cooking, how to grow vegetables. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Or even self-determined, where you can make your own.
So that's really kind of a neat part of 4-H, because it's 4-H, right?
Yeah.
So it's a neat part of 4-H because it's really so folks who maybe aren't out in the country, so maybe they couldn't take on a swine project or a goat or something.
Yeah.
They could do something else. They could do a canine project. They could do rockets if they're into rockets. They could sew. They could do all those other things. That's probably how we end up with. I think you all know Kelly, right? Is she really mean? You can tell me, because she doesn't listen to these. So you could say, okay. But I think Kelly was telling me 1,400 kids this year have projects out here.
Oh my.
So that's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
And so obviously we don't have 1,400 hogs and cattle and all that stuff. So there's a lot of special projects going on in there. How do those get judged? Or is it by each category?
Yeah, there's like a separate judging day, and depending on your project, you'll go and get judged. They'll talk about your book, and if you have to make something, you'll go over that. And then all of the kids that took that same project, then they'll pick like somebody that will go to state, and they can show at state.
Great. So if somebody's out there listening to the podcast or they're watching the podcast, they've never been to a county fair ever in their life. And I want each one of you to answer this. Why should they come out and see the Allen County Fair?
I think the Allen County Fair is it's one of the, in my opinion, best fairs around here. It has a lot of stuff, and there's always a lot of people here. There's like so many things to do. Truly, you could do games, rides, you can go watch stuff. There's a lot of entertainment. And I don't know, I just think I've never been to a better fair personally.
Okay. You're selling it really well.
For me, the Allen County Fair is a part of my year that I look forward to, like through school and everything. There's so many things to do and see, so many people to meet, and even your friends. Yeah, it's always my favorite week.
All right.
For me, I think it's a really good community thing. I feel like there's always somebody like in the barns and everything, and that'll be really friendly to you. And if you like are new and you want to like pet an animal, like everybody's really friendly and will let you do that.
All right. So I'm hoping everybody at Allen East and Delphos St. John's is listening or we're going to watch this podcast. So Sydney, Harper, and Ryleigh, thanks for coming into the podcast parlor today.
Thank you.
And we want to thank the folks who make it work. So Alex Wolf is our engineer making it work, and then Ann Decker back there is our videographer to make us look good on YouTube. So thanks, everybody, and we'll catch you again on the next edition of ACF 411.